how I became DodgerDog. This is the start of my story. Hello, my name is Dodger. That hasn't always been my name, as I was adopted as a pup. Some people call it rescued, although I prefer to say that I found my forever home. This book is my story, and it will explain to you exactly how I became DodgerDog. I am a very lucky little dog, as I have a loving family and lots of friends to play with. I can't remember my original name. It was given to me by the family I lived with first, and I was very small then. I can still remember the day they left me, though. One evening, I was running around at home playing, when suddenly my owner picked me up and took me outside to the car. It was dark outside, and I can remember being really happy because I thought we were going on an adventure. After a short drive, we arrived at a strange building. It didn't look as much fun as I'd hoped it would be. My owner then lifted me out of the car and carried me to the entrance. We went through the door and he spoke to a lady inside. My owner told the lady that he had found me in the street. He then handed me to her and walked away. I was very surprised, especially as he had told the lady a fib, and that made me feel really sad. After that night, I never ever saw my previous owner again. I was taken inside, and it was very scary. There were lots of bright lights and loud noises, and it smelt strange in there, sort of like a hospital. They put me in a cage, and I can remember feeling quite frightened and very alone. I was too sad even to wag my tail. I really wanted to go home, and I waited for my family to come back for me, but they never did. That first night, I was all alone and scared in this strange place. I couldn't get much sleep with all the new smells, loud noises, and bright lights everywhere. The next day, however, I met lots of new people who made a big fuss of me, and I felt happy again. They fed me, walked me, and played with me every day. Slowly but surely, my tail began to wag again, although it still wasn't like being part of a real family. Every day there were visitors, nice people who were happy and smiling at me through the bars of my cage. They'd take a look at everyone, and sometimes they would leave with one of my neighbours in their arms, puppies and dogs like me, or maybe a cat or a kitten. After some of these visits, I would listen to my carers as they talked outside my cage. "He's a staffy cross, difficult to rehome," I would hear them say. This made me sad, and I decided that when I did find my forever home, I was going to be the best little dog that I could possibly be. One morning, everything started out as normal. I was lying inside my cage relaxing, when unexpectedly a lady came over to me. She was new and someone I hadn't seen before. She opened my cage door, scooped me up, and took me outside to her car. Although the lady did seem very nice, I was scared as I didn't understand what was happening or where we were going. It was getting dark, and it reminded me of the night when my first owner had taken me away. I felt quite nervous, and I wanted to be back safely inside my cage. We arrived at a strange house, and I was taken inside. This was the very first time that I saw my new mummy and daddy. They were both smiling and so happy to see me, which made my tail wag very fast. That's when I heard them say, "His name is going to be Dodger." So that was the day I became DodgerDog. The place I had been taken to was going to be my forever home, and the first thing I remembered was my promise to be the best little dog that I could be. This was the day that all of my fun and new adventures began. I can remember going on my first walk over the marshes. Seeing other dogs with their owners was very new for me. During these first walks, I decided that I loved to be around people and make new friends. I am a friendly dog, I told myself. Being a friendly dog changed my life. People loved me, and I made lots of new doggy friends. Playing ball, sharing toys, and running became my favourite games. Some dogs were not friendly at all and barked loudly at me. These dogs seemed quite sad and unhappy. I couldn't understand this, and I vowed never to be that way. I quickly realised that other dogs I met on my walk had also been rescued, and some of them told me their stories, their tales about how they had moved away because their owners could no longer keep them. This made me feel sad, as I know that all any dog needs is love in a forever home. Then they can be a happy little dog just like me.